Hello YouTube friends and family, Stephen from Small Adventures here. Today I'm going to show you a future two-wheeled bicycle project. Those who know me, have known me for a lot of years, know that I really like finding old bicycles, fixing them up. And that's generally mountain bikes, but also other types. Anywho, this is just the first look at it. It's going to be a little while before I jump on this because I need to get my present, current, everyday rider sorted out first. So let's take a look at it and see what it is. Stay tuned. It's a 1995 Proflex Arcadia. All original from what I can tell. Does need a little refurbishing. It does have, well, some pretty good shape. Best from what I could tell. I put new inner tubes in it and air up the tires, lube everything, take off riding. I mean, it's been well taken care of. The guy that I got it off of on Marketplace said that he had bought it to ride and then realized it was, I mean, it's not like super rare or you know, excessively expensive. It was a $700 to $900 bicycle in 1995, but that was $1995 too. But, you know, he realized what it was, you know, the brand that came out with, if I'm not mistaken, the first full suspension bicycle in the 90s. And decided not to ride it. He was going to restore it. Then kids started coming, and I guess he just forgot about it. You know, he said he's had it in his garage 10, 12 years. Let's take a look at it. It does have the original ATF fork. The fork is seized. It needs to be rebuilt, which I don't have the tools or the knowledge and experience to do it. But if I can find a rebuild kit, I'm probably going to learn. Has the original brakes. If anybody remember cantilever brakes? They're Shimano brakes with Tektro levers. And these handlebars, wow. These were the days of flat handlebars that were so close together your thumbs would almost overlap. You know, it's dirty. I haven't even cleaned it up yet. It's just, you know, you can see the paint. And most of it's going to clean up and buff out. And if I'm understanding correctly from what I read online and from memory, the seat stay was supposed to be just bare metal or silver. And here was the suspension. It had a pivot here, but it's not really a shock. It's just two elastometer bumpers. I know some models had 3. The Arcadia apparently had 2. I have found a rebuild kit for this online. It has new elastometers and fittings, whatnot, for like $50. So probably going to redo that, but it does work. I don't know if I can do it without knocking it over. I did weigh this on the same scale that I've weighed my GT on. It is a very accurate scale. The GT was 34 point something, you know, 34 pounds, so many ounces. And I felt like this weighed 8 to 10 pounds less. It was 26.2 ounces. So it is 8 to 10 pounds less. It's about 8 pounds lighter. Let's see. I would imagine these aren't the original pedals from 1995. These are the original Mavic wheels, though. Mavic rims and Bontrager tires. I don't think this would be the tires that came on it from the factory, you know, 26 years later. But from my research online, it is the same Bontrager tires that was issued on this bike. I imagine they've been replaced though. That's kind of neat. Give me a second and I'll turn it around. There we go. There's no kickstand on it obviously because it's a real mountain bike. So I've just got the pedal stuck in the soft dirt here. We're around behind my dad's shed because it kind of looked woodsy. There used to be an old road out through here. It's grown up. When I walked out here, there was half a dozen white-tailed deer just headed up in the woods. They were in the backyard. Anywho, it does have a Shimano 3x7 drivetrain, 21 speed. 3 in the front, 7 in the back. Grouse linkage system. These did come with Shimano Acera X derailleurs. They can't, let's see if I can find the wheel sticker. There we go. It's upside down with their Mavic rims. Bontrager tires. Keith Bontrager. I keep wanting to put an N in that. They do have grip shift. This is the old 1-inch style headset and stem and everything. It's got the quill stem and headset. This was before the 1 1/8 and bigger pressed headsets. Not sure if that's the original saddle or not. I don't remember reading in the specs what saddle it had. It looks about the right vintage though. Can't remember what the cranks were. I know they're Shimano. Overall, I was really wanting to find a 90s mountain bike to restore, not to just hang on the wall somewhere. I'll ride the thing. I remember in the 90s, these bikes were on the cover of every bicycle magazine on the planet. They won all kind of awards. There were pro racers picking up on it. New soft tail mountain bikes. I wanted one so bad I could taste the chain lube, but it was out of my price range. I mean, it took 20 some years. I saw it pop up on Marketplace for a $100 bill. I called the gentleman, was talking to him, and we got to talking, and he said, you know what, sound like you know a lot more about bicycles than I do. And I'm like, well, I used to. I'm not up to date on anything current. And he's like, I'll tell you what, $75 you can have it. I said, are you home right now? And we loaded up and went and got it. So I'm very happy with it. The plan was, while I was down here today, to clean the thing up, get everything checked out, make sure, cables, see if anything needed replaced. It was just too hot. It was mid-90s again. I mean, you walked outside, that's why I'm out here now in the evening, that's why the light's low. You walk outside, and sweat just started rolling off of you, So that's it. That's my big new project. I'm going to rebuild this, refurbish it, use as many original parts as I can, leave it as original as I can. Anything that I change, I'm going to try to change period correct. I'm not real big on narrow flat handlebars, so I'll see if I can find some 90s style bar ends like they ran back then. Give you a few more hand position options. Don't know when I'm going to get started on it, but I'm going to get it up in rideables in the near future. So there'll be more videos on this. That's something I enjoy doing. I always enjoyed finding, I don't really want to say classic mountain bikes, or something of that nature, but, vintage. Because mountain biking just became a thing in the late 80s. So I guess anything in the 80s and 90s is vintage. But that's the era that I was really, really, really into it. That's when I was racing. And that's something I would enjoy doing. I remember enjoying doing it before I got out of bicycles. So anyway, I'm just rambling on. So I am going to shut up. And hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you in the next video.
Hold up.
I love the show.